absolute outcome of what we're doing. We have some general idea, we have some idea, but your enemies sometimes go, oh, okay. Prime example, I don't think any of us really realized how important the election commission was. And we knew it was important, but I don't think we knew how important it was until they started trying to fight. Then you say, oh, okay, this thing must be really important. And so I think you'll find out the same thing with this West Memphis School District. As I said last time, we met with Kessinger and Mr. Hatchett and Mr. Bass, and asked Kessinger, well, you know, why haven't you done this? You're the West Memphis School Superintendent. One would think he has a fiduciary responsibility to keep as much of West Memphis in West Memphis as possible. And he said, well, yeah, I'd love to have it, but, you know, hey, it would cost a lot of money to file a lawsuit. Who said you have to have a lawsuit? Will we have to have a lawsuit? Probably, but not necessarily. In theory, if you make a reasonable presentation to the Arkansas Board of Education, they can redraw that. It's within their jurisdiction to do that. The argument is going to cost too much. Well, how much is too much? It can't cost nearly as much as filing a lawsuit about Paul. It can't cost nearly as much as some of these other lawsuits they have to deal with. So, in fact, there's got to be something in it for them not to have done this. There has to have been a deal made that they wouldn't bother with, which he's not going to tell us. And of course, after he talked to us, that he called the little that dude at the paper. Now he dogged him out. He's a weakling, by the way. He deserves to be dogged out. Any man that sits up, when I say man, I'm always meaning male and female. You shouldn't let somebody just dog you out like that. You ought to be dogged out. But he said Kessinger told him that get your job. You know, he's real nice to us, wasn't he? But he talked to the little white guy real bad. And one thing I found out, these guys hate. They have a special place in hell for white people that side with us. That's the one thing we've seen. We saw that last year when we went to City Hall and had that press conference. We didn't ask nobody for permission. We just went in with the evidence. And Hatchett stood up there with us. And Billy Johnson looking around. But he looked at Hatchett like, oh, you traitor, you traitor, you traitor. Anyway, you have any ideas of what we're going to go on this? Mr. Bass? Mr. Bass is our lead person on this. And somebody asked the other day, who brought it up? Who brought it up? I said, well, it's been brought up over the years, but who brought it up? I said, well, you were Bass asked about it. But when it's interesting. That's why, you know, the Bible says God moves in mysterious ways to wonders before him. And I'm experiencing a lot of things over the last couple of years. I'm trying to figure out, wait a minute, how is this happening? And a lot of stuff falls in our favor. Tired stuff just falls in place. I'm like, what's going on? You know, at first I said, well, of course, after a while, I go, wait a minute, there's somebody on our side here. But a lot of good things are happening with us, timing. But Mr. Bass, you have an idea of what was going on?
Well, Lawrence is going to prepare the information, and he wants to present it actually to the State Board of Education.
Lovely.
Lovely.
This is a young man that just doctor that just got through writing a short narrative about the West Memphis school system and the spending disparities. Mm-hmm. He has it broken down with charts. He's smart. Mm-hmm. Well, he's smart. You don't need paper, not pencil. Mm-hmm. Rich Price said, "Plus this money, you don't need paper, not pencil."
and the testing disparity as well.
Ma'am?
He did both testing and spending.
There you go. But anyway, we've got some good things on our side. We have a lot, but we've got some really reasonable and some very intelligent people. It's going to take a lot. Now, this is probably the lowest turnout we've ever had. Mm-hmm. We didn't call nobody. We made no announcements. To be honest with you, after I got to thinking about it, I just want to see. It is good to have a lot of people here because politically it makes you look good. But really, any of the people that are serious about what we're doing, you don't have to call them. Mm-hmm. And so, and of course, we'll probably go back to calling everybody. We call people, we'll have anywhere from 25. Mm-hmm. I think one night we had as many as almost 40 people in here. But, you know, but they're just people sitting in the seats, and we're glad to have them, glad to look at them. And we ain't got, this is the first time in a long time we have nothing for them to eat. Mm-hmm. We have no refreshments for you tonight. We say those for the Black History Program. Mm-hmm. Now, we also, Ms. Ruby, have to get together and work on how we're going to get people notified. That means that between now and the next few weeks, we're going to do a letter sent to all of our members or former members, reminding them we got our Facebook and Blue show. You have to come on and do a show, okay?
Yeah.
Introduce you. Now, the evening, the Crittenden News has been printing some of the things that we say. Matter of fact, they've been printing a lot of what we say, to be honest with you. They've been taking articles of real. Matter of fact, Ms. Pat had sent in an article, sent in her take on her explanation of the meeting, this past DCC meeting, and they put my name to it. So there's this notion that everything on there I write. And I asked them, I said, if I wrote everything that you saw, well, that's a lot of people. They think I'm smart. I said, trust me, I ain't right. I just played it on TV. Well, anyway, committee reports.